to introduce ourselves. I'm Jaz, and this is Naomi. We love to shoot film photography. I'm gonna cut all of this. Anyway, yeah, read out loud one of these.
All right, Mr. Jaz, what started your journey into film?
What started my journey into film? I feel like I was always surrounded by film when I was growing up. My father took film photos, he developed them at home. My grandfather and grandmother literally ran the film store in my hometown, so they would develop everyone's film and sell film. And so I remember going to his store and getting disposable cameras from him and literally like taking the entire roll like on the walk home, like 3 blocks. And then a couple years ago, I decided to pick up some of my grandpa's old cameras, and since we've started developing at home ourselves, it's been easier and easier to enjoy, you know, such a fun medium. Click. B.
Be aggressive.
Give it some slack. How's it grabbing it?
I don't know, I can't tell.
You got this.
Okay. Alright, let's watch another video.
We have an assistant helping us today.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
What about you? How did you get started into film?
I've thought about this question a lot. I don't know if I really have like a specific point in time where I was like, film, but growing up I used to always look at these photo albums my family had. My great-grandparents took a trip across the US and went everywhere and took photos the entire time. And I remember going through old boxes of all of them, and there's just like hundreds of film rolls and all these super beautiful photographs, and there was something really special about just having like the physical film in your hand and knowing that my family had taken those photos, developed them, and that they still have them even though they're not with us anymore. My family has them. Now I have some of their photos up on our wall. There's just a magic to film that I don't really find anywhere else. It's an art I feel comfortable doing all the time. And I just love it.
That's right. Nice. First 2 rolls we're developing. A Kodacolor 200 that I think I shot, and a Fujicolor Superior Extra 400 that Naomi shot. Oh, Naomi. These, bleep, along with, bleep, 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 bleep. I feel like a horse doctor.
Oh, dear.
It's working.
Are you ratcheting?
This is a lot, a little bit. Okay.
And yeah, I would agitate it this time.
Yep.
But it doesn't say that, but...
Developing room of science. What do you love most about film? You start now.
I guess I already kind of talked about it, but I feel like when I'm taking digital photos, I get like very caught up in perfectionism, and like I can sit there and just mess with settings forever and not actually be in the moment, but film really forces me to be in the moment. And not just when I'm taking the photos, but just in general. Like when I'm behind a camera, I feel like as someone who can be kind of fearful in social situations, it takes all that fear away. It allows me to just like observe and take everything in, and forces me to be present. And I seem to, since I've started shooting film, I feel like when I think about memories or like adventures we've gone on, I have such a vivid memory of what we were doing, because it's like as I'm taking the physical photo, I'm taking a photo in my brain of it too. And it just kind of brings my memories and my life to life. What about you? What's your favorite thing about shooting film?
How's my camera? My sweet little Canon. Yeah, there it is. Oh.
My favorite thing about shooting film, I think film is like not only accurate but also experimental, because of course we can never capture like the moment to share as I perfectly see it, but I can, you know, use an object that with familiarity I can have like an idea what it will capture in a certain way. And film like helps me savor my moments differently, because I realize like the world around us is always beautiful, but if we like try to find the beauty in it, we can see it every day, everywhere. Like any city block can have a moment worth capturing, and I think it just makes my life feel more valuable too, because like I can make choices about what to put value on and what not to. And film also gets me to explore more, because you can walk around and take, you know, several rolls in a neighborhood and really kind of find a new place, and you're like observing everywhere you walk. You know, it helps me explore Atlanta more, you know, neighborhoods and streets that I never would have walked down, because I want to, you know, shoot some film. Hey, we're exploring a place we've never been, and it kind of like makes it feel magical to share what might be ordinary here, you know, halfway across the world is very unordinary. People would love to see what that slice of life is. So that's something special with film.
Yeah, I've definitely fallen in love with Atlanta more as I've started taking film photos.
What makes photography an impactful art form?
How's it going?
It's going.
It's a cool cat.
Thanks.
Oh, Sanctuarian.
Got the birdhouse with the speakers in there too.
Yeah, I need to get just that. It was pretty incredible.
I think photography is an impactful art form because it allows you to capture a distinct moment of like light, and so much of our perceived surroundings, you know, for those of us with sight, is what we see. There's so much information packed in light, you know, the colors, the tonality, how dark or bright something is. You can really get a lot out of light information, and a medium that captures light in nuanced ways is extremely impactful. I think I read once that 8 out of 11 neurons in the brain are for processing visual, spatial information. You know, so much of our perception is what we see. And, you know, every time I put my hands in a dark bag to try to roll a cassette of film into a development tank, I remember like how useless I feel without my eyesight sometimes. So being able to capture, you know, light, incredibly valuable.
I think too, you can look at a series of photos taken by a range of different people. Everyone has a different perspective, everyone's focusing on something different. I think looking at photography, taking photography, you learn yourself through that, you learn what certain things you value. You can also learn that about another person by looking at their photography. It's like their lens of the world. I feel like it's so rare to be able to step into someone's shoes and see their lens, their view of life, what they focus on throughout the day. I think it's really magical that we have the ability to do that through this medium. And I've learned a lot about myself through it too.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to in the future of film? I'm looking forward to Kodak upping production. I hope it lowers prices. That'd be great.
Excited for the return of aerochrome.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hey, aerochrome.
I think now more than ever, film is really important. Everything's changing at such a rapid rate. Like you and I take film at the same places all the time for a reason. Like across the street from our house is about to change, and it's been like that for how long? And we have a certain amount of time to capture that and kind of lock it in time.
Today only lasts for today. You know, moments, things that seem stationary are constantly moving. And really, photography is powerful, not necessarily for today so much as for tomorrow. You know, our film photos that we take, solar flare happens, we still have those negatives. You know, digital files, a lot of those are going to be lost in an event like that. Film is documenting today in high definition for tomorrow. In 30 years, you know, maybe our negatives are going to be going to prove more useful than they might even seem today. Yeah. We live in a constantly evolving world, so it's beautiful to like stop for a moment and just capture what do you see right now? What's here? What's in front of us? Why is it important to you to keep film alive? I think we've mostly been answering this.
Yeah.
Film is a special medium. It's been around for over 100 years, and it still today proves a wonderful way to capture the light around us, the beautiful world that we see, or highlight things that are going on that need to be captured and shared. You know, when you pull a photo out from a day, it is a indicator. It's like quantumly locked to your memory of that day. So you can have forgotten a day, not been able to bring it back up, but if you have a photo of that day, you'll know who was there, how you were feeling, the smells of the barbecue at that summer camp, you know, the moment will come back. And so I think for myself, I also love photography and film because it's a physical moment that brings you back to a day in your life. Pretty magical. It's fun to share the adventures, because ultimately, like, I take the photos that I want to see, the things I find interesting, but it's also to share with the world and hopefully, you know, show something of interest to others.
And that's the way to keep film alive.
Say that again.
How many other rolls of film do we have to develop? Welcome to my crib.
We have Helen, Georgia. We have all kinds of rolls. All right.
Whoa.
Got some film.
Looks like we need. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, what's that? It's that yellow guy right there.
Coming soon. All great.
Nice. Thanks for the tour. Do you have any questions off the top of your head?
What about you? Do you?
What's your favorite film stock?
Oh, my favorite film stock right now? I have been going over this over and over in my head, and I used to shoot with this all the time. I stepped away from it for a little while, and I'm back to Portra 400. Portra 400 is just amazing. I think on our upcoming trip to Savannah, I'm gonna buy a lot of Portra 400. So reliable. Ektar and Portra. It's gonna be Ektar and Portra. And black and white XP2. What about you? Choco Cat?
From Planet Ektar herself.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ektar. Ektar hasn't failed me yet.
Ektar's amazing.
Love Ektar.
Love
Some of the
Ektar.
best shots I've taken have been on Ektar. It's great at night. It's great during the day. The colors are different all the time.
So vibrant.
But always stellar.
High quality film.
I think if we had had new chemicals, I would have liked that roll more. I think Cinestill 800T is something that I'm gonna learn to love eventually. It's just that.
Yeah. Just takes time.
Yeah.
I agree.
Cool.
Cool.
Welcome to Planet Ektar.
And Jaz Floyd film. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We've already got 40 adventures lined up for you. You might have procrastinated in sharing them. But better late than never.
We're letting them age.
Like fine wine.
Like fine wine. Exactly.
All right. It's gonna be good.
It is good. It's great.
It's great. So many adventures lined up. Helen, Georgia. Grant Park.
Sweetwater Creek. Buford Highway.
Arabia Mountain. Alex Wachowski. Decatur. Columbus, Georgia.
Doll's Head Trail.
All right.
I can't.
You can figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
You can figure it out.
Maybe.
Okay, I guess.
Okay, I guess. Let me stop.
No, you're good. Cool. Yes. That was it.
That's the end. Yeah, it said no more for you.